Been interesting off-season for Simon Goodwin, but all that is behind him, and he's now about to talk about his first win for 2022.
Simon, I guess it was a bit of a roller coaster, but good to get the 4 points in the end.
Yeah, I think there's no question about that. Every time we play the Western Bulldogs, we know we're up against, and there's generally big momentum swings in the game, and I think you saw again today that happened. And once again, just our ability to adapt, reset ourselves, get back to the core way we play was really important. And the players have worked incredibly hard at that, and I thought it was on show again tonight. And it's a great way to start in front of our supporters, on a pretty big occasion for our footy club. I thought it was terrific.
I guess it's early in the season, but you're up against the second best team from last year, and already early signs that the way you played last year already you can really see them. It's round one. How pleasing is that for you? Heading into the rest of the season.
Yeah, we sort of try not to look too far ahead, and there's a big build up towards this game, based on last year and the start of this season. But we know it's a marathon as well, and we're preparing for that. Through our summer, and how we want to play and endure for the whole season. And tonight was a good step in that direction, but there's so much footy to be played, and we're really focused on how we can continue to get better as a footy team. But as I said, the number one thing that I wanted to see tonight, and I don't really care about how much offensive score we kicked, but defensively I thought we were sound for the majority of the night.
Is that interesting considering you had 4 of the premiership 7 in the back line out, and then you lose Christian obviously in the first quarter? Was that extra pleasing that they held up given that adversity?
Yeah, I spoke to the players pre-season around opportunity, and that would be challenged in a range of different areas throughout the year. And leading into round one, we were challenged in one area of the ground, especially in our backs, and to lose Salem early in the night and for Tommy Mack to go back. I was really proud of our defence, our backs. So I thought they held up incredibly well, especially in that third quarter. I thought they had 15 entries for 2 points, and they did a terrific job. Joel Smith came in after missing last year, Adam Tomlinson coming back from an ACL, Jaden Hunt, who missed out last year, and then you throw Tommy McDonald in there and Angus Brayshaw. It's a bit of a different looking back six, and they got the job done.
Had Tom done any work in the back line this summer? I mean, he spent the entirety of last year forward. Had he planned for that in any way across the summer?
We used him a couple of times there last year, but we hadn't used him through pre-season this year. But Tom quite often reminds me, he comes in the office and reminds me, don't forget about me as a defender. And I'm glad I didn't, because we planned that if we lost it back, that he would be the one that went down there.
Yeah, any sort of early assessment on Christian's man?
Christian Salem?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll have scans tomorrow. We're pretty hopeful it won't be too bad. So we'll just wait and see on that. So we're hopeful that it's not the worst possible news, and it might be a few weeks, but it's in first indications it's not looking too bad.
And Jake Labour, a late withdrawal. What's the go with him?
Yeah, so he tore his plantar fascia on Sunday at our main training session, which is, for people that don't know, that's a good thing. So now that gives him a chance to really recover. It's been niggling him for probably 4 or 5 weeks now. So we'll let that settle over the next, we've got 10 days to our next opponent. We'll see how he pulls up in the next 4 or 5 days. And, we're hopeful that he might be available for next week, but we'll wait and see.
Had he been trying to tear it for a while, given that can be the method to actually go out and, Robert Harvey style?
No, he hasn't been doing the Rob Harvey jumping off benches. He's just been doing his normal training. But, it's, as I said, it's a good thing that it's happened now, and it gives us a chance to get him right and hopefully not have a prolonged period where he's away from the game.
Toby Bedford took his opportunity with both hands today. On the fat side of the ground, he was really impressive with his work rate. How hard has he had to work on his endurance and that kind of stuff over the summer?
Oh, he's an incredible endurance athlete, Tobe. What he has had to work on is incredibly hard to get into the team. And I'm glad you raised him, because I'm really proud of him for what he's been able to deliver. And, he's one of a guy that's competing with, Charlie Spargo, Cozzy Pickett, Alex Neil-Bullen. He gets his opportunity tonight, and I think we all saw that, we've got a really encouraging player there that, we can move forward with. So I was really happy for Toby, because I know how hard he's worked to get that spot in the team, but also that opportunity, and he took it with both hands.
What are you saying, some safety protocol stuff where it's headed? On the eve of round one for a few teams, it must be pretty satisfying to know that you've got such depth in this squad.
Yeah, look, depth's really important, and we've got a lot of players at the moment that are working incredibly hard to get their game up to the level to get selected. And as I said, opportunities are going to keep presenting themselves. We've seen a lot of opportunities down back, and there'll be opportunities throughout the year in other areas. And our guys that are preparing themselves just need to be ready for those opportunities when they come.
What was the catalyst for first the momentum switch to go the Dogs' way, and then for you to get it back after they got out to 22 odd points?
I think our supporters worked it out pretty quickly. It was centre bounce. I think we lost 4 or 5 in a row, and every time it was going in, we were starting to lose contests behind the ball. So it's an area that we needed to stiffen up in and get our stoppage work to a level. But our ability to defensively work really hard to hold up down back was outstanding as the game went on. And then we started to get our own little bit of momentum with some intercept that worked really well for us.
Winning contested possessions plus 20 against one of the best midfielders in the comp must be pretty pleasing for the coaches as well.
Yeah, as I said, our game is built around contest. It's part of the game that stands up, when it really matters. So it's something we work on really hard. And the 2 elements of our game that we pride ourselves on the most in contest and defence were really high, throughout the night. And I was really happy with that as a coach.
Well, it's been of the rivalry between the two clubs heading into the game. We've heard some comments from different players in the lead up. How much of that was, if any, was mentioned in the pre-game, or you just gave that a wide berth?
I think what you saw again tonight, the quality of the footy between the two teams is incredibly high. And we have amazing battles in terms of momentum swings. And I think that's where the rivalry sits, is that they are great games of footy. They're tough games of footy. And they're games that the supporters love to come and watch. And I'm sure these two teams are hopefully going to play some cracking games for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And that rivalry is going to continue to build. But we have nothing but respect for the Western Bulldogs. They're a quality side. They play the right way. And, they're going to be there when the whips are cracking.
Were you expecting Lockie Hunter to play, given all the in and out, to and fro?
Oh, I don't know. I don't try and look into it too much.
Thanks, Goody.
Thanks, guys.